All right. So welcome today, everybody, to this JoinIT. We like to call it a town hall. Some people like to call it an orientation class. At the end of the day, it's the same thing. We are really excited to have all of you here, and we are really looking forward to starting this new training. My name is Alain Four, and I'm one of the instructors here at JoinIT Solutions, and I will be going. Please make sure you mute yourself, guys. All right. And I'm going to be going ahead to tell you today and orchestrate how we're going to look at our presentation for today's orientation class. So today we are going to go through a couple of things. The very first thing is I'm going to introduce you to the JoinIT team. Every good organization, it is people, the people who are handling, the day-to-day of the organization. JoinIT being an IT organization, you will get to see the team. You will get an overview of the MS SQL Server DBA profession. You will get to see why you should go into database administration. You're going to look at the training path at JoinIT Solutions for the database administration training. You'll be looking at the class schedule, how the classes will look like. We will take what is known as a placement test, which we will go into details. You will look at the computer requirements. You will hear from many people who have taken the training, are taking the training, and are teaching at JoinIT Solutions. And finally, you will get some closing remarks from the team. So with that said, I want to let you first of all know what JoinIT is. A lot of you have heard about us from friends, from well-wishers, from ads. JoinIT Solutions is an IT consultancy specialized in bridging the IT gap and supporting individuals in starting or developing a career in IT. And we also offer IT services that enable organizations and small businesses to transform their operations through innovative IT solutions. What does this mean? Bas made a comment just here today, this morning, that he has been thinking about IT for a very long time, but he did not know how to start. What did he do? As soon as he picked up the phone and called Brian and talked to Brian and was able to get guidance, what happened? He now had a path. So we are there to bridge that gap. There is that huge gap. There is so much in IT. There's database administration, there's development, there is AWS, there's cloud training, a lot of things, right? It is vast. So how do you choose from this plethora of things that you have available to you? We are there as JoinIT Solutions to provide that bridge between that area where you know nothing to that area where you become an IT professional. And we do this by following our values. We have core values, just like every organization, that govern and guide what we do. Reliability is our very first value. Our word is our bond. Every member of our team commits to be fully dedicated to you. Each and every one of you taking the training, you can have a guarantee that there's a reliable team. If Brian is not available, I am available. If I am not available, Galabe is available. Galabe is not available, Vanessa, JT. You will see the team is vast. So you know that you're getting reliability from us. The next thing is innovation. We are trailblazers committed to bringing excellence and creativity. The things we teach you today are not the things we taught last year, are not the things we taught 2 years ago. IT is a very innovative. If you are not making sure that you're keeping up with the times, you will get left behind. So it is very important that we are innovative and trailblazing. Professionalism. As you can see me sitting right here with my shirt and tie, is not just an attire. We also make sure that we project professionalism in everything that we do when we are working with our students. That means you will get the almost level of professional treatment as a student here at JoinIT Solutions. Our expertise, right? Most of you here know some of us, most of you here don't, right? So it is very important that you know that the people who are going to be teaching you are experts in their field. In whatever they are going to be teaching you, they have experience. These are not people who read books and come and teach you. These are people who do the things that they teach you every single day. For this one, I can guarantee you that we are at the forefront of innovation within the industry. Now, with that said, what drives us? What is our vision? I mean, our vision is to be the leading gateway for IT solutions and skills development for individuals and organizations. That is what we're trying to build. We're trying to build that community where you know that whatever the IT skill, whatever it is you need, you can come to the community and we'll be able to help you build that skill. Whatever is the need of the organization, we can work and help that organization achieve their goals. Our mission is to train and equip IT professionals with cutting-edge skills that are needed to survive and thrive in the fast-changing IT economy, and provide organizations with skills and solutions that will drive innovation and operational excellence. Need I say more? That is our mission. That is why we wake up from bed every day, is to make sure that we grow these communities, be it the African community, being in the United States community, being in whatever community that comes to join us. We are making sure that we're equipping this community with the skills that they need to not only get better paying, better working relationships, and better networking. We are also making sure that we're giving you those skills that will allow you to thrive in life. That is one of the things that we do here at JoinIT Solutions. So before you hear more about what we do, I'm going to call on one of our instructors here at JoinIT Solutions and mentors. She is one of the earliest students that we've had here at JoinIT Solutions, and her name is Elena. Elena will just call you up and just talk to you for a bit and ask you a few questions so that everybody else can get to know you. Hi, Elena, how are you doing today?
Hi, Mr. Allen. Hi, everyone. I'm doing great. Hope you all are doing great too.
We're doing very well. Thank you very much. So, Elena, my first question to you is, can you give us a little bit of a brief of what you did when you came into the country and how you finally got to know about SQL Server Database Administration?
All right. So when I got into this country, the first thing I did was I worked with Amazon. That was the warehouse. And some of you already know how much physical the work is. But the good thing is I had a friend who was already doing IT. So while working at Amazon, I had a dream to become an IT professional. But then I took the Amazon work as my gateway. Like I wanted to raise those funds that will help me get into IT. So in my head, I already had the plans to transition into IT. So after like 6 months with Amazon, I reached out to Brian and I told Brian that my friend has told me about this program and I would like to enroll. And behold, I knew nothing about computer. I didn't even know how to create a folder on the computer. And from day one, they taught us everything about that. And this is me today. I'm working as a senior DBA in my company. I even have, the privilege to be able to interview people and decide if we should give them a job or not. So that is how my story has been. It has not been easy. It has been challenging. There are times I cried. I was like, it is hard, but I would tell you that this is like a great roadmap for you to follow to pursue your career. And yeah, I am today. I have nothing to regret. Thank you, Mr.
Outstanding.
Allen.
Outstanding. Elena, so my next question for you is, can you give us a timeline and in a matter of months from the time when you took your training to the time when you got a job? So you came in 6 months at Amazon from there.
Okay, so I started this training about February 2021, and then I was done by, I think, somewhere around September or November 2021. Then I got my first IT job with Microsoft somewhere around December 2021. And today I'm working on my second job. So it was like 2 months or 3 months after my training, I got 2 jobs.
That is outstanding. Elena is one of the JoinIT instructors, mentors, and is one of those very sharp ladies where you can learn so much from. And trust me, after this, if you want, contact her, talk to her, and you will be able to get all the challenges that she faced and how you can overcome those as well. Thank you very much, Elena, for giving us this information.
Thank you too for having me.
Let's move on. We're going to talk about the structure of JoinIT. Like I said, we are an organization. So what does that mean? That simply means that we have a structure. We have an organizational chart. So we're going to just talk about this for a very short period of time. As you can see at JoinIT Solutions, we have a director of operations, someone who directs our day-to-day operations here at JoinIT Solutions. And under the director of operations, we have 4 other executive positions. We have a marketing and a finance coordinator. We have a graduate counseling and success coordinator, a very brilliant and sharp guy, which you guys will all be meeting. We have a training and operations coordinator, and we have an administrative director. Now, remember I told you from the beginning, JoinIT does 2 things. We provide IT training and we to individuals and companies, and we also provide project for our different companies out there. So on the project side, we have a project coordinator where we have database administrators, application developers, system administrators, cloud architects. And on the training side, we have instructors, instructor assistants, and mentors. And for the most part, a lot of you here are going to be interested mostly in the training side, where we're going to talk to you about what our instructors, instructor assistants, and mentors do. Now, a brief overview of our team. This is our team here at JoinIT Solutions. Every single member of the JoinIT Solutions team is a certified instructor. What does that mean? To become a certified instructor, that means you have been instructing for a while, and Microsoft verifies and checks that you have been instructing in an organization, and Microsoft contacts 2 or 3 of your students to make sure that you have actually been giving them good instruction, right? Okay. So everybody you see on this list is a certified instructor, certified by Microsoft. And I'm going to give you a very brief of everybody here. The very first instructor, who is our lead instructor, is going to be Brian C. Brian Chongwine, you guys have all heard him talk today. He's a man of many words, so you'll be hearing more about him later on. I will not say much, but as you can see, the reason why we put this profile is because it is important to know that the person who is teaching you is not just someone who learned from a book. These are people who are certified in what they do. And certification, once again, simply means they have been verified. It has checked that they know what they are doing. The next person, that's me, Alain Four. And as you can see, I am also a certified instructor here at JoinIT Solutions. Our next instructor here is Prof. Emmanuel Galabe. As you can see, also a certified instructor, a certified Azure, which is the cloud, which is another level from SQL Server Database Administrator. We have Prof. Jaivis Sama, another very brilliant prof. He is also, as you can see, certified and an Azure DBA, next level, right? We have Prof. Ephraim, in-house performance tuning guru. What that means is simply he knows a lot. Right? So that is our certified instructor as well, both SQL Server and Azure. We have Ms. Barbara Fozo, that is also one of the dynamic ladies that we have here at JoinIT Solutions. This was my teacher, so you can imagine how much experience that she has in the field. We have our resident cloud engineer and cloud guru, that's Mr. Stefan Table. He's at another level of IT. That's what we like to call him. We say he's in the cloud. We are down here on earth, right? And we have Mr. George Abularin, also a certified instructor here at JoinIT Solutions. As you can see on the right-hand side, we have our instructor assistants, and you've heard from some of them. You've already heard from Elena, and you're going to be hearing from more of them as we move forward in this training. But we have Miss Elena, we have Mrs. Jebby, we have Moise, who is the Senegalese guy, which Brian mentioned. We have Willie, we have Clovis, we have Mr. Chi, we have Bless, we have Vanessa, James, also known as JT, another Elena, we have Robert, and we have McDonald. McDonald is a very interesting one, and we're going to talk about him later again as we move forward. But right now, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to call on another person to have a small chat with so that you guys can gauge what we do here at JoinIT Solutions. Rupert, are you there?
Yes, sir, I'm right here.
Perfect. All right, so Rupert, basically, I'm going to ask you the same questions I asked Elena. Can you tell us about your journey to becoming a DBA? How did you get into the USA? From there, what do you do? And how did you hear about becoming a database administrator?
All right, so thank you and greetings to everyone. My name once more is Rupert Edang. I came to the US in 2019. I mean, I had a lot of experience to share, but to minimize time, I will just say a little bit about myself. So when I got to the US in 2019, I was also working in the warehouse. I mean, that is a start point for most of us coming from Africa. You start from somewhere. So I was also working in the warehouse. So I got the information about JoinIT Solutions from one of the instructor, which Prof. Allen just mentioned. That was Barbara. I got information about JoinIT Solutions, and I decided to take the training because working in the warehouse is not easy. I know maybe there are a lot of us here working in the warehouse. It's not really easy. So I started my training with JoinIT Solutions back in 2021. And after 6 months, you know, we completed the training, but it took me a while, like 2 to 3, 4 months in order to get a job. I mean, after completing my training, it was challenging for me to get a job, but JoinIT was also there to guide and direct me on how to get a job. So after 3, 4 months, I got my job, my first job as a database administrator. For some reason, I rejected the job due to my personal reasons, and now I'm working in North Carolina as a database administrator. So I'm very happy to belong to this amazing family, JoinIT. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you for sharing your story, Rupert. So can you tell us a little more, just give us a little bit more about the way your training was, some of the small challenges you faced and how JoinIT helped you overcome them?
Yeah, so the first challenge that I was facing was financially. So when Brian told me that the training was 3,000 francs, I mean, working in the warehouse, some of us here are making $11 an hour, and you know what I'm talking about. It is not easy to raise up to 3,000. So when I reached out to Brian and say, hey, this is one of my fears in order to start a training, he told me that JoinIT Solutions offers very affordable payment plans where you can pay 500 every month. I mean, that gave me the advantage to take the step in order to, you know, start my training. So within the training, they were also there to guide us because I come from a zero IT background. I had no previous IT background. I know there may be some people here coming from different fields. Maybe you are a nurse trying to transit into the IT. Maybe you just started and you are being afraid that you don't know how to operate a computer. I am a clear and a good example. I never know how a computer works. But JoinIT took us from computer basic, teaching us how to create folders, and we were able to make it up to the end. So that is my experience with JoinIT.
Wonderful, wonderful. So I'd like to let you go by giving a small 30-second word of encouragement to everybody else. If you These people are all in the situation where you were a year ago. What would you have to tell them?
Now, so my encouragement or my words to encourage everyone here is making the decision to attend this orientation today is an amazing. This is a life-changing, this is a life-changing opportunity because I am a living testimony. JoinIT changed my life. Today, I can work less hours, I earn more, and I can take care of my family, I can take care of myself. So for you making that decision to be here today, I can assure you that you are at the right place. And nothing should scare you. You have amazing instructors, you have instructors assistant that will always be there to help you anytime that you need help. So even now at work, I also have challenges that I always reach out to instructors. I reach out to instructors assistants, and they are always there to help me. So even after getting your job, you are still going to face all of these challenges. And believe me, you obviously have people that will help you. So my encouragement to everyone is just get started and you'll make it. Thank you.
Wonderful. I especially like the end there where he says, just get started. As you guys can see, that's the motto of JoinIT Solutions. Thank you very much, Prof. Rupert. Well said. As you guys can hear, he is also an instructor assistant and a mentor here at JoinIT Solutions. These are those people you'll be talking to on a day-to-day basis. All right, let's move on. I can see a lot of reactions, excitement on the group. Guys, you can always send messages on the chat. You can always send, if you have any questions that arise, we can see them on the chat and we will be able to talk about them as we move forward. So now we've gotten all this out of the way. Let's go into the main thing. What is that thing you're going to be learning? We have taken all of these parts out of the way. Now, let's talk about what you are going to be learning here. Database administration. Okay, where is the word database coming from? Obviously, it's coming from the word data. So what is data, right? So the very first thing we want to say is it's IT. A lot of us get flustered just sitting on our computers and trying to Google search something, just sitting on our computers and trying to play a video. It's possible. It has happened to each and every one of us. Why? Because IT is not difficult. You just need to know. So we understand that it is scary and intimidating when you are coming into IT. But we want to let you know that through our different programs and orientations, we'll be able to take you through it smoothly in such a way that you have all the support that you need. Our commitment is to growing the community and bringing people into IT. So what is data? Clive Humbley, he's an economist. He said in 2006 that data is the new oil. You all know the connotation we have about oil countries, right? Rich people, rich places. So if an oil country is a rich place, you who has oil, or you who manages oil, or you who works with oil, you're obviously going to be a rich man, right? So data is a collection of facts and statistics that are grouped together for reference or analysis. Anything that you collect, anything that you store, anything that you analyze to help individuals and organizations to make strategic business decisions is called data. In as early as the 80s, people could see that data is very, very important and it will play a very vital role in our society. It's not me telling you, you see it every day. Data engineers, data architects, data this, data that, big data, Microsoft, Facebook, everybody is looking for data. Now, this is where the DBAs come in. A database administrator or database administrators are those people that are responsible for storing and organizing the company's data. That's it. This might include a lot of things, but this is the crux of what you do as a DBA. Storing, organizing companies' data. What does this mean? If you know that data is very important, if you know that say for example, if you have someone in the house, you're in a house, there's the mother, there's the father, there's 5 children, and you know that this person, the oldest child, is the person who knows where all the money is, or is the person who shares the food when mom has cooked food in the evening. Are you going to play with that person? No, you are not, because that is the person controlling, organizing, and storing. This is what makes a DBA's position very vital in a company. And this can be seen where in 2020, where we have situations where people are losing their jobs because of COVID, we were having an uptick in the number of database administration, right? So these are just some of the very few reasons why you choose a highly lucrative career as a DBA. So I'm going to stop there for now, and I'll hear from one last person, and then Prof. Brian is going to come in and he's going to give you a lot of information about this training. So Elsie is one of our students who's currently in the JoinIT training. I don't want you to just be hearing from people who already had their job, right? It's easy to hear from people who are already sitting enjoying their 6 figures. No, let's hear from someone who is within the training right now, and let's see what they're going through. So Elsie, are you there?
I'm here.
Perfect. Let me see. It's tough for me to find you.
Yeah, it's Google's iPhone.
Ah, look at that.
Okay, let me put on my video so they get me well.
Perfect.
All right, thank you everybody. Thank you so much for this opportunity. The classes are great. Let me start with that. The classes are great. As in, I was taking my nursing prerequisites. When I came into the US, everybody was like, nursing is the way to go. It gives you stability and whatever. And I was taking my nursing prerequisites. As a matter of fact, I am done with them. And I'm about to get into the nursing school. I'm sorry, I'm panting. I was running to stay away from the kids. Okay, so I had to start these classes after a long persuasion from Barbara and so many others, and Miss Eleanor and everyone was like, this is good, you can do this. And when I started the classes, every skepticism that I had with IT went away, because I mean, the way they're teaching, my God, if you have not had any idea, like any background in IT, that just goes through the roof, because they begin by sharing the classes, making sure that you who has no idea what a computer is, forget about IT, you get to know everything about it, and then tell you about your drives and all of that. When you get to know that, and then they merge the classes now. Right now we are merged with the A class, because of course I was in the other side that of people who knew nothing about computer. So now we are merged with the other people and we are going in on the same level. And guess what? It is great. I cannot wait to see what this will bring for me, because I am so optimistic that it's going to be good. That it's going to be good.
Absolutely. You mentioned something that I really want to touch on. You said you were running away from the kids, and that is a very good thing. And you see a mother running away from her kids, but I know you mean you're running away to get away from them so you can talk to us. So can you tell us how you are able to manage the having kids and going ahead and taking this training? How does that look like for you?
Oh, that is so easy. First of all, because the classes take place in times when I know that they're all asleep. That's a good thing for me, because most of the times my classes are 8 o'clock to 11 p.m. and my kids go to bed by 9, so I can totally manage that. And then I think if you're in Cameroon, it's better because it's midnight actually. So timing is perfect. The kids are always asleep. It's hard to have them around running. And by the way, I have 3 kids, all of them under 4. So if I can handle all of that for those who have kids and I'm still in the training, then I think it's manageable. I have 3 kids under 4.
That is just amazing. You know, we have had several, you know, I'll let you in on a real secret. We've noticed that most of the mothers that we have in this training are a lot more determined than ever. Almost every single one of them always gets a job after they're done. Thank you very much for sharing your experience with us, LC. You guys be sure to track LC's progress. I can tell you that 4 months from now, she'll be talking to you as a DBA, probably making 6+ figures.
Amen, amen.
Thank you, LC, for that. So, guys, you guys have all heard from all these different people that are there to talk to you. There are too many people. If we wanted to bring everybody in, this will be 4 hours, 3 hours, but we're trying to bring it down to as low as possible, right? So right now, I'm going to be passing over the baton to Brian. He's going to take you guys, give you some more information about our training, and we will take questions. So I want to say that as Brian is talking, if you have questions that are coming up, write them on the chat, please. We were there on those chats to explain. At the end, we will still give options to unmute yourself and ask your questions. Thank you very much.
Hi, thank you, Alan. So far, it's been an interesting 43, 45 minutes. You know, I can see a lot of encouragement, and thanks to everyone. I see JT there. So before I start, Alan, we have an issue. We have reached capacity. You know, I would just like you to reach out to those. If you are already in the training and you have already spoken, you know, just you can drop out so others can come in. If you're still to talk, then you can stay. I would like to acknowledge Papa J, that's Mr. Richard, who is one of our clients. If you can see on his name there is Papa J B100 Daily. He will definitely have the floor to talk. You know, we've been working with him. You know, JoinIT is not just training. We have the project side, and he is one of our clients here at JoinIT. We have done a job for him, website, and we're looking at going more. So Papa J, we are so happy he decided to join us today. And just so you all know, he's been to Cameroon. He's now based in the US, and we are building a family, right? So you'll hear from him later. All right. So while Alan is trying to figure out how to get orders, like I've mentioned, if you have already spoken, if you're already in training, you can go ahead and drop. So y'all just bear with me. That's what happens when you have a lot of stuff. You're doing 100 of things. Do y'all see my screen? No?
No.
No.
Okay. What about now?
Yeah.
Now we see your screen.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So like Alan already mentioned, my name is Brian. I have had a conversation with a lot of you all, but I would still like to let you know, you hear from me all the time. I'm from COM. That's very important. You know, that when I say we teach in COM, that's very important. COM is in the northwest region of Cameroon. I was a carpenter. I went to GTHS Bamenda. I'm surprised that Rupert did not mention that I was an Okada man, right, in Cameroon. So I was a carpenter. If you went to St. Beat, Sacred Heart, all of those schools, most of those your benches and lockers, you know, bunk beds. So that's some of the things that I actually worked on, right? I worked as a carpenter at a car ignition workshop. Then from there, I transitioned into IT. You know, I did a IT course in Douala, Cameroon, where I did not have any background. The first day I sat, I had limitations because I could not speak French. I was just handpicked by someone and say, hey, go and learn this IT software and hardware stuff. So I went there. It was challenging. I was there for 9 months. almost a year, came back and I started working in Camco as an IT assistant, moved over to the US, started nursing as everyone would do, worked as a correctional officer in the prison in Cameroon, we call it WADA, did Uber. But while I was doing that, I was still focused, right? And today I'm a database administrator. I've been working through JoinIT initiatives. We have trained a lot of people, and we know that we're still going to train more. So I would like to do this very practical because most of you here you want to get information. So the first thing I want to talk about today is some of the reasons why you should start a career in IT. So take this as a class. If you can take pen, something, just note some of those down. Reasons why you should start a career in IT. The first thing I want to say here is for self-development. The first thing when you get into IT, you are developing yourself. In what sense? If you're today and you don't know anything, you say, I don't know about computers, I don't know how to go to the website. When you have kids that will grow up, that is the same thing that will happen. When kids go to school, they give them assignments that have to do with IT. You will not be able to assist them because you already challenged and defeated yourself by not getting into IT. So getting into IT, first you are developing yourself, and by doing so, you are developing or preparing a way to help those that are coming after you. The next thing I want to consider is job flexibility. Job flexibility in what sense? When you're in the IT field, I would say is very dynamic. There are a lot of things that you can do. You have multiple opportunities, to work out there. You have a possibility to work from home. You have a possibility to work from Africa. I remember I was in Cameroon in December last year. I was working from Cameroon as a database administrator, right? That is because you're in IT. Another thing I would like to mention is job security. Job security is very important. During COVID, you heard about a lot of people, losing their jobs, they were laying off workers, but the demand for IT actually increased. With the advanced threats now of cybersecurity, hackers, scammers going all around, the only way to combat some of this is through information technology, and that is IT. So when you are getting to IT, you know that there are always going to be jobs, right? If IT stops today, and then the whole world is going to shut down. How do you travel? How do you travel your planes? How do you deposit money in the bank? How do you make financial transactions online? That is just IT. So there is a lot of job security when you get into IT. The other thing I'll talk about is growth. Growth in what sense? Getting into IT, you have this financial growth, you have professional growth, and these are the things that make you, your family, what you really want it to be. If you are not growing financially, if you are today making $12 an hour and you stay making $12 an hour for 30 years, then you are not growing financially, right? If you are today and you are a CNA, you decide to stay for a CNA and retire as a CNA, then that is not professional growth. If you are working Uber in the US or even in Cameroon just for 10 years, then you are not helping yourself. IT has a lot of growth opportunities. And when you get into IT, you don't just sit at one spot. Like I've mentioned, there are a lot of things that you can do within IT. All you need is that foundation, right? So now, talking about all of this, why you should get a career in IT, the next thing I want you all to understand is, what is IT in general? Some of us say it all the time, man, I'm gonna do IT, I'm gonna do IT. What is IT? So you understand today that IT is basically the use of computers, right? You use computers, and what do you use these computers for? You use this computer to create, right? You process, you secure, right? And you exchange all form of electronic data. That is exactly what IT is. Use computers to create, process, secure, and then you transform all form of electronic data. So the use of this IT generally in business context, that is where we use it. When you have a business today, look at it. What are the processes involved in that business. You have a transportation business today. You have cars. How do you track your cars? How do you know how many cars you own? How do you pay the drivers? How do you track workload? You have a bank today. How do you do that? So that is done through the help of IT, which stands for information technology. With this being said, you understand that the world in general is centered around information technology. So getting into this field is very, very important. So the next thing I'll look at, and don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that if you are not an IT person, you are nobody. I'm not saying that if you're a nurse, that is not a career. I'm just trying to make you understand that you can still be a nurse and you decide to get into IT for any of these reasons that I've listed above. So next, what would I want to talk about with you all today? Let us look at what role IT plays in a company. What role does IT play in a company, right? So with this one, I would like to also do a demonstration, right? Just to make you all understand. Some of us are here today. We don't even know when you say you do IT, you're going to work for a company. We don't know what that is all about. So I'm going to start like this. My drawings might not be nice because since I left technical school, I've not had my drawing board again. So just bear with me. Right. So when you look at a company, guys, look at this as a company. Okay. Within this company, you have various departments that make it up. I think I should actually do this. When you look at this as a company, let's take, for instance, it is a banking company. With this banking company, a Bank of America or any bank, right? There are various departments that make up this company. Look at all of these little circles there as departments. If I ask you today, what are some of the departments that are in the bank? Most of you will tell me that you have accounting, right? Shout out to all accountants. You tell me that you have those working in the lending department, right? To some of us who borrow money and will never pay, we deal with them. Just kidding. Don't be that. You're going to damage your credit. You know, we have people there, customer service, right? You have cashiers. You have might be other departments, right? Portfolio management and all of that. So these are all departments that make up this company. So when you look at this company, what are some of the things that these departments actually need for the company to work? You see, the first thing that you'll be talking about here are users, or users are the people, the customers, the clients that are using the products that are offered by this company. Now, the next thing you're talking about, employees. They need employees. Accountant need an accounting department needs an accountant and all of that. When you have employees now, what do they need? They need computers. They need printers. Right? All of these computers and printers, they need to be in a network. All the information that a company is getting, the data, you know, so they have to manage their data. This data is being stored in, you know, databases, you know, so the company have applications that they use. All of this, you see that if there is no information technology, this company will not be able to operate. Who provides them computers? Who gets the printers? Who connects the network so you can sit and log into that computer and do work outside of your home? How does the data get into the company and how is that data being managed? What applications or softwares are involved in that company? A manager might not even know how to design a software or how to, you know, recommend what kind of software. So they need information technology experts to help them. So the key here is that the IT department, which is what you're seeing here, is that integral part of every company. Without this IT department, all these other departments, they will not be able to do the job. They need applications. In IT now, you have people that develop applications. You have people that set up their network. You have people that, build their computers and all of that. So this is where you fit in if you are getting into IT in any company. You can have 2 accountants. You can have 3 customer service, 5 cashiers. But in IT, 2 people cannot support this entire company. That is why you always have IT jobs out there. And the good thing is that when you start today as someone with just basic knowledge in computing, you can grow to become, help desk assistant, help desk analyst, desktop support, database administrator, and all of this. So IT here, as we have mentioned, is that integral part of every company, right? So if you are considering to start a career here, and then you are making the right choice. So the thing now is, within this IT, what will I do? You have heard of all of these hundreds of things. This takes me to my next illustration, which I'm going to be talking now about this IT department. So look at this guy now as the IT department. This is our IT department, right? Let me put this arrow there. This is our IT department. So within this IT department itself, what do you have? You have various disciplines within the IT, or various teams that make up that department. Look at each of these squares here as a team in the IT department. So let us start. You can have a team within the IT department that is just in charge for networking. You can have a team in the IT department that is in charge of application development. Application development. A team can be in charge of cybersecurity. A team can be in charge of, cybersecurity. A team can be in charge of system administration. A team can be in charge of system engineers. A team can be made up of, storage engineers. You can have help desks. You can have desk side support or desktop support, right? You can have, what else, Alan? IT management, like Scrum Masters and all of that. You can have them. So these are the departments that make up, or the various teams that make up your IT environment. And the IT environment now is what? The integral part of a company. So now, when we are looking at this, there is something very important. There is one department very important in every company, and that department has to deal with data. So this team, within the IT department has to deal with what? With data. So now, what is data? Let me do this. If you look at this, you understand that data is just, raw facts, right? You collect data to get information. Like today, everyone that fill out the application, to join this town hall, we have your data, your name, your background in computing and all of that. That is data. We can use that data now to make a decision if to call you, get you enrolled in this class or not. So every company has data. All these departments, they have data. So now you see that if you start a career with anything that has to do with data management, then you will never lack a job, because what every company is doing, it boils down to them gathering data, making informed decisions of that data and all of that. So now you see that data itself, these are raw facts, that we gather, and it is the most valuable asset of every company. Data is the most valuable asset of every company. As we are talking today, if I go online, all the applications that you have filled out, if for some reason someone deletes all that data I will not know how to reach out to any one of you. At JoinIT, we are managing data. We have class videos that we share because everything we do, it captures data, and that data is used for something. We have a database with a list of all students. That is data. So any career that you start that is tied to data in any way is very important for your growth in the IT field. Do you need any IT knowledge to get into this? No. Okay, so that is where we are. Are we having a good time? Alan told you already I talk a lot, right? So before I even proceed, let me see. Do I have what am I gonna call this time around? I'll give 2 minutes, so just so I can take my break and drink some water. Let me get JT, tell us a word, his journey at JoinIT, the role that he plays here at JoinIT, and how he can be of help to you guys if you get into this training. So JT, just tell us how long you've been in the US, the jobs that you have done, what do you do now, and what help you give out there to JoinIT trainees.
Thank you so much, Mr. Brian. So it's been an honor to be part of this. So when I came to US, I stayed in the US for 20 years, and I worked in the prison sector, and moved my way all the way up to a captain. I never made anything close to what I make here as a database administrator. So I got into JoinIT through a status check. I noticed a posting from Mr. Bryant, and I was curious. I had no idea what IT was all about. And I called him, and he immediately invited me to the same invitation you had, join the same program you're joining, and decided to join within 2 days. And 6 months later on, I graduated. 2 weeks after graduation, I got a job as a senior DBA. This thing is real. I got a job as a senior DBA, got a second job, and became a consultant. So that's with absolutely zero IT background. And I'm privileged today to be able to be part of the instructor assistance team, to give back to the community. Everything you hear here today is real. And everything these instructors talk about doing, they are committed to do. Keep doing it. Don't give up. Just get started. 6 figures around the corner. Thank you. That's all I got.
Yeah. So last question, Jesse, you missed this. What do you do? How do you help trainees here at JoinIT? What role do you play?
So I'm an instructor assistant, and I work with the interview prep team. So the beauty about JoinIT is that when you graduate and you're in the job market, they have a whole dedicated team that prepare you even after the training to get a job, to secure a job. They have extra trainings outside of the curriculum that are done to make you even better in the market. And even the students that are already working take advantage of it. And even after you graduate and get a job, we still have a team where if you have any challenges out there, we help you. So I'm with the interview preparation team, and we dedicate ourselves to make sure that you get that job and no one is left behind, regardless of all your challenges.
Outstanding, man. Thank you for all you do. And as we continue to build this community. It's been exactly 1 hour, 5 minutes. Is anyone learning something today, or you've just wasted your 1 hour? If you know you're learning something, just get your hand up. If you feel like you have wasted your 1 hour, just give us a thumbs down. I see Papa P, Ernest, you have learned something, that is good. Bogus, Cecile, my birthday mate, that is good. Yeah, I see a lot of people. So definitely you're making good use of this information. So let us take a step further, right? I will just call on you to be patient, stay here as we go through this. So James mentioned something, right? And I will use that to transition into the next thing I'll be talking about. So what will I talk about now? I would like to talk about how can I get into IT? Ask yourself that question, right? The first way for you getting into IT is to understand IT itself, which I believe you all seated here today, you have already understood what that IT is all about. These people tell you I'm IT. Now you can ask them, what do you do in IT? Are you a database administrator? Are you in security? Are you a network engineer? Are you a help desk person? Someone should not just come and tell me IT and you're like, wow, that guy's in IT. I was in IT at the Pope and I was making $11 an hour, but that was IT. So now you can ask questions to make a decision. So the first thing is understanding what is IT, which you all already know, right? And how do you understand what is IT? By getting information. James mentioned something very important. He got here because he checked my status. That was information I was sharing. So I believe that if he is who he is today, thanks to me, I did not keep that information. A lot of us here, you have heard about JoinIT through friends. So when you get that information, share it. Now, when they share information, what do you do with it? Most of you that you are in the WhatsApp group, you have information there, you don't read. You cannot make it if you don't read, right? We share information you don't read. You see something on somebody's status. If it is something related to you learning and getting yourself better, you just pass it. This man of my life will talk. You don't read to see the content of that. But if it is something about a funny emoji, you're gonna laugh, you know, and crack jokes about it. So information is very important. And it is in two ways: the person sharing the information and you receiving it. I can share on my status, talk about DBA, encourage people to join. That is information. But if you don't receive that information and take action, then the information was useless. So from today, take action. We're giving you the information today. You have an obligation to act on that information. I'm happy JT did, right? And the next thing is dedication. You have to be dedicated and willing. You should not do this thing as if someone is forcing you to do it. If you look at the reasons why, and you look at what IT is, you try to put all of that in context, you see that you have that push, that internal push for you to do IT without us begging you. We have one role to play, which is giving you the information, which has just started today. You need mentorship. You cannot just get up and do anything. So, example, JoinIT today, you know, is playing the role of a mentor. So here you need mentorship / training. JoinIT today is playing a role of a mentor and a training institution to everyone that is interested. And we have done that over years. If you're coming into this training, you know that you have mentors. We have almost all our graduates. They are coming in as mentors so that at least you have 3 students who have one person that will mentor them. And that is why JoinIT is where we are today, because it is more of a community. It's not an income generating business where I just come and say, give me $3,000 and after that you go. It's more of a community, and that has been proven. The next thing that we look at is people are scared to get into IT, right? And it takes us to our next thing, which is why most people are scared, you know, to start a career in IT. I believe if I start asking you people here, why don't you want to start a career in IT, right? A lot of people will give me excuses. You know, IT jobs, you know, it's gonna cry. You know, I'm not IT job is not for us, the people of color. You will never get a job. I don't have any IT background and all of that. Those are excuses. So the first thing that I'll say is lack of information and fear of the unknown. Lack of information and fear of the unknown. When someone tells you don't get into IT because they will not give a job to someone from Cameroon in the US, that is not true. If you are in Cameroon today, someone is telling you that, you did take that training for join IT for US, will do it, will not get IT job for Cameroon. That is not true, right? We have broken that barrier. So there is this fear of the unknown and lack of information. Everybody can do IT. If you go to school and you start a new subject, for instance, when you're in school and you're studying biology, you do not have any knowledge in biology, right? You just started the first day of class, the instructor will come in and introduce that topic. You pick it up from there. You did not need any prior knowledge before you started class 1. You did not, right? So let us keep that aside and face the reality. The second thing that I would like to talk about here is lack of confidence. You know, some people here, they don't have confidence in themselves. They want to wait to see that, okay, oh, James did it, go and get a job first before I will do it. By so doing, you are already killing time. You are wasting 6 months. And when James gets a job and come back, you'll be like, okay, let me go and try it. You go now and you are still scared. You have to face your challenges. If you don't have that willpower to say that this is what I have to do, you will never do it. So face your challenges. Let today be that turning point in your life to say that, you know what, I am going to do IT first for self-growth. Okay? Don't just put that at the back of your mind for self-growth. Dedicate time, sacrifice the time and get it done. The other thing I've mentioned is misinformation, and we all already know what that is. And the last thing I want to talk about, I know I've taken so much. Should I continue? Amen.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, please.
The Lord is good.
Sir. Yes,
Yes,
sir.
please. Yes, sir. Please continue.
The Lord is good.
Yes, please.
All the
All the
time.
All the
time.
time.
All the time.
The
The
Lord
The
is
Lord
good.
is good.
Clap for Jesus.
Amen.
I will be sending the offering basket soon.
Yeah, offering basket will be coming very soon. You see the way we are preaching it.
Do you guys take Venmo too?
Yeah, we do. Offering,
So
take it through Cash App and everything. Right. So before I go ahead, let me give the floor to one of our gingering, team members. You'll get to hear from her. I would like to call on JB, to just tell us. JB is going to tell us what JoinIT is to her. What is JoinIT to her? She came in, what has changed in her life, So JB is one of our ladies in the team, very encouraging. If you're a lady today, if I will be asking for, hey, what is your number? So you can call her and ask her question, have a conversation. So let me have JB give us some information.
Hello. Hi, everybody. Okay, just give me 1 minute. I'm driving. Let me just car.
Oh,
1 minute. All right. Hi, everybody. How are you? Okay. All right. Okay. So my name is, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, JB.
Okay, awesome. Hi, everybody. So my name is Jebi Onoyemi. The experience, JoinIT saved my life. Let me put it that way. Okay, so a little about me. I was in banking for about 15 years. I'm Nigerian. I used to work in a bank. And then I came to America in 2019. And like so many people have said, LC, Brian, people just tell you, oh, when you come to America, you have to go into healthcare. That's where the money is and all, So I just generally flowed into that line. I became a certified medication technician. And I started working in healthcare, because that was what I was exposed to. And a little down the line, I just stumbled on information about other jobs, IT-related certifications and all that you can do and make more money. In fact, when I saw how much those people were earning, I was shocked. I said, what? You mean people earn this kind of money? If people can earn this kind of money, I can earn this kind of money. I'm smart, And I started asking questions. I was very curious and I got led to Brian. I gave him a very tough time. I asked him 1 million questions. I said, I want to see people that have graduated from your school and gotten a job before I venture into this thing, because I didn't have any IT experience. And like, you are here today, and so many people have spoken. That's the way some people spoke to me as well. And I just, I just took the courage. I said, I haven't done this before, but I knew that I was coming into a community. I was not just coming into a class, but I was coming into a community of people that are ready to support me. And so I registered. I joined JoinIT February 2021, and I graduated September, October, thereabout. And by January, I'd gotten my first job with Microsoft. It's what can I say? JoinIT is beyond a training school. JoinIT is a community. You're not just going to teach you and then just leave you to fend for yourself, or no, there's so many, there's so much support that you're going to get. Like my colleagues, JT has said, he works in interview prep. I work in interview prep as well. So when you're done with your program, we are going to transit you to interview prep. We will help you through the process of interview prep, and then support you through the process of trying to get a job. Sometimes it comes easy to some people, it doesn't come as easy to others, but that is why we are there. I also work as a mentor in JoinIT. So whenever you feel you're having those days, those days when you're thinking about it, am I on the right path? Can I do this? You can do it. If I can do it, you can do it, so you can do it. I'm married, I have my children here. Right now, this is a weekend, I am not working. That's how I say JoinIT saved my life, because I was able to get a DBA job. I work Monday to Friday, 40 hours. That is it. And I earn more than when I was having 2-3 jobs, you see. So you're on the right path. We don't need to say so much. Just join us and let the trial convince you. Thank you, Brian.
Okay, thank you, JB. At least you have ginger some people. I see Claire clapping. Right. Wait until you hear from Vanessa. You shall be gingered more, Claire. Okay, so let me continue the preaching. We still have a couple of people that you're going to hear from. So this time we're going to be taking you all to second reading. No. So the last thing I want to talk about today is how different is JoinIT? How different is JoinIT, right? There are a lot of schools out there. Some people, when they go get their job, they just want to turn around and say, oh, I'm going to teach people for the sake of money making. That's the first thing, right? This is not just something that someone just sat and felt like, you know what, let me get people and collect money from them. This is a well-thought process with a vision and a mission, right? So we are not just like someone will finish a training today and just jump. Let me start teaching people and collecting money. That is not who we are. So JB mentioned the first thing is that we are a community with the goal to bridge that gap by helping individuals start a career in IT. That is who we are, and we are doing that. Other training institutions, you will go and take your training for 6 months. After 6 months or 3 months, you're gone. Someone will tell you that come and do cybersecurity for 3 months. You pay $3,000. After that, you are running around that person to get help, even how to build a resume. It's not. At JoinIT Solutions, when you come into our training, we have a commitment that you will be the one to give up. We have a well-structured methodology that has been working, and we keep building on that. After your 6 months of training, we don't tell you that go. We transition you into another class, which is just interview preparation. Within 3 months, that is when most students get their jobs. After the 3 months of interview preparation, we push you now to the JoinIT Graduate Forum, where you are still attending classes. When you get a job, we are still there to support you at no cost. The only thing that we do is to tell you that when you get your job, come back and give to the community by becoming a mentor to help 1 or 2 people get their job as well. that is who we are. That is why you see the number of instructors we have here is alarming. If we were looking for money, I and Alan would just do this. After 6 months, we tell you all to go. But that would not have brought us to where we are today. So if you're joining IT through JoinIT, then you're joining a community. Make sense? Perfect. The next thing is the training fee. Our training fee is $3,000. You know, this shall be breakdown. If you're in Africa, you're in, you know, Asia, this is different. But for the most part, it is $3,000. This $3,000, if you ask JB today, ask Helen or ask Vanessa, the money, they struggle to pay that money. They did monthly payments, but just their one paycheck waves away all of that. And it was not just for 6 months, it was $3,000 to belong in an IT community where you always get help. So that is very important. The other thing is that you always have somebody to help you. We don't say today that we'll cancel a class because of this, because there are a lot of resources out there. Sorry, my video was off. There are a lot of resources out there. So that is what makes us different from other training institutions. So now I'm going to talk about what is the next class schedule. Okay, so you should be able to see this now. So our next class schedule, which is definitely 2022, September 2022, we're going to be having classes on Mondays and Wednesdays. Our classes are held in the evening because all of us instructors, we are working, right? We also go to work 8 to 5, and then we need to finish now, prepare you all for class. So 8 CST, if you're in Eastern time, you know, you need to convert that to your local time. In Cameroon, you know, that is towards the morning hours, right? Then we normally have revisions. So this time around, we're going to leave today not very sure what the revision day is going to be. But this revision, we are looking at making it on Saturdays from this same, 8 to 11 in the morning. Or it could be on Friday in the evening from 8 to 11. So we're going to communicate this with you and we'll continue from there. But for now, understand the class schedule and plan accordingly. So what do we expect from our students? Commitment and dedication towards the training. That is the first thing. No one can force you. If you are not committed, you are not dedicated, you will not make it, right? Because it is what? It's not as if we call you to babysit you for 6 months and tell you, go and get a 6-figure job. You know, most of the trainees here, they will tell you that, yeah, at times there is babysitting, but when it gets to that point, you know, there is no babysitting. You got to sit up, right? We follow up with you, and you have to sit up. You need to attend classes. You need to participate in group work and interaction because we start building that professionalism in you now. Okay, so you need to work in assignments and projects. And of course, your financial commitment. So the next thing here is about the training fee. The training fee here is $3,000. The first 2 weeks of the training is absolutely free. After the first 2 weeks, you make your first payment of $750, right? Then from there, you make monthly payments of $500. Every month. If you're in Cameroon, your training fee is $300,000, which you pay $50,000 every month. No, at times someone will say, hey, why am I paying this money? First, empowering yourself. You need that. At times, you know, the first 2 weeks, all the time is free, your monthly payments. Then at times we do look at how can we help others, especially those out there. I'm not saying that we have a scholarship that we give out, but JoinIT at an individual level, we look at students. We have people that have just moved into the US. We have helped them, train them, give them a free scholarship, and just ask them, hey, come and give back to the community. But I am not in any way saying that we offer you all scholarships. When you're coming into this training, your number one priority is to meet up with that financial commitment, because that is what is going to be a game changer. I'm not going to talk about salaries here because you already know IT pays very well.
You don't want it? So what did you?
IT pays very well. right? And if you're getting as a database administrator, you definitely be making good money, smiling like Vanessa, you know, talking now like JB, and encouraging others like JT. So that is it. Now, what is needed from your end? The only thing that is needed from your end now is a computer. It has to be a Windows computer. It could be a laptop or a workstation that has at least 16 gigabytes of RAM. If you cannot invest that money now to buy a computer, then you are not prepared to get started. You have had the information today. I know students that say, hey, you know what? I really want to do this. Go to Best Buy, get yourself a good computer because this is an investment to yourself. Buy a computer with $1,000 and look at it as an investment, and it will give you back a huge return. You need that laptop. You need an external monitor. Look at this picture very well. If you have your phone, take a picture. This is how your environment should look like. This is a laptop. This is just a monitor, not another computer. You need to be able to link this together with a cable. And of course, you need your mouse. So this is all. If you have issues, just take a picture of this slide. Go to Best Buy. Say, I need something of this nature. They'll show you a laptop. They'll show you a monitor. They'll show you a mouse. Take a picture of this. Go to any computer place and say, this is what I need. And they'll get you something. Right? And remember. So with that being said, I would like to, in the next 5 minutes, we should be taking a placement test, you know. So a placement test is just to see where we can fit you, because in JoinIT, we always like to make sure that we build groups and teams. A placement test will give us an idea of what you know in IT, right? And see what class or what group are we going to put you in. So this is not to say you have failed or you have passed. It's just a placement test. That is like an application form where we'll get your information, we'll get your names, you know, we'll get your numbers, your address, you know, if you have any IT background and all of that. Okay, and this placement test, you can also share it with your friends, you know, just sit in front of it. You don't need to Google the answers. You don't need to Google the answers. So what we'll do now is I'm gonna take, let me look at my list. Do we have any questions? Let me take one question before we proceed.
Yeah, I have a question. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, my question is about the payment. I'm attending the class from Angola. So you mentioned some currency from Cameroon. I don't know how much is it like in dollars, like in Angola. Is it still like 300?
So use the dollar amount. So in Cameroon, we said that is 300,000, which is like $600. So convert 600 US dollars to Angolan currency.
So that's going to be like monthly or like the
monthly. As we have mentioned, payments have been made monthly. After the first, you divide that into 6 months, right? You in Africa, take that, divide it into 6 months, and you'll pay monthly.
I mean, it's kind of, I didn't get it clear. Like, the whole payment.
I can help him.
Okay.
I'm from Angola as well. If you see the $500, the monthly payments, if you convert it to the kwanzas, that is the Angolan local currency, is about 214,000 a month.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let me make it right this way. So in Angola, your fee is $600. 600 US dollars. How much is that in? Anyway, anything about that, you can get with us and we'll answer that, right? Let's not take time here. So put your questions together. Those are things you can answer them individually. Okay, Jose.
Okay.
Perfect. So what was I to talk about? So one more question from Yola, then we'll proceed. Yes, Yola.
Good afternoon. I just had a question in regards to when the class starts. You mentioned September, so I don't know if that was a mistake. mistakenly said. So is it this Monday does it start the class, or is it September?
That's a good question. So normally after orientation like this, some people have not bought their laptops. We cannot tell you to start class on Monday, right? After orientation, today is the 27th. So our first day of class is definitely going to be in August, the first Monday of August. That is Monday the 5th.
The first month in September.
You mean September?
September.
The first
Monday
Monday
is a holiday, so that is going to be on September the 12th. Okay, so we have 2 weeks from today to prepare.
Oh, September 12th will be the first day of class.
Yes.
Awesome. Okay.
So September 12th, our first day of class will be September 12th. So after this orientation, you still have any doubts, anything we can answer for you. Make sense?
Yes.
And then get yourself a computer, be prepared psychologically, make arrangements for your job schedule and all of that. So let me take you all to Vanessa. Vanessa will be telling us, she will just talk to us, what were some of her challenges and how she overcame them while taking this training. That is what I want her to tell us. Vanessa, you have the floor. She is very soft-spoken. She was the first to get a job in the class while still in training. So if you're a lady here, let her ginger you, ask for her number and talk to her. And if you're here, you're an instructor assistant, please, you can put your number in the chat so that this student can reach out to you. Vanessa, you have the floor.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Brian. Hi, everyone. I always say that I'm always excited when I see people at the orientation because this is at the level at which I was personally sold out because I received a lot of information. I was inspired. Mr. Brian always said, the only thing you have to come with is your dedication. And I think that's the only thing I came with. And that's what I think brought me to my level of success. So he told me to just talk about some of the challenges I face. I believe that every new thing that you try to do, at a certain point of time, you always face a wall. That means you always face challenges. You always have circumstances. Things may come around. It may either be family, it may be personal, but how do you go about all those things that will obviously come your way? The only thing I stayed focused on was why I started, because the only reason why I started this training was to leave the situation in which I was, and I stayed focused to that. When challenges came in, when people were going to party and I had to sacrifice that and stay home to study, I remember why, and I used that as an inspiration for me for my level of success. We know that during the training, you have a lot of help. We have talked about your instructors, instructor's assistant as well. You have your classmates. All these people at the orientation will become your family, right? I used the opportunity to use all those that were surrounded by me to study on a daily basis. And those are one of the things I personally use to succeed in my career. So far today, I'm working as a senior database administrator, and it's all thanks to JoinIT. And I know that all I can tell you is just get started, guys. Just get started. If I can do it, you can do it too. So back to you, Mr. Brian.
I told you all, right? I told you all. She got started, and today she has helped a lot. That is the beauty here at JoinIT, guys. All these people talking to you today, they did their training, they are working. They have not gone outside of JoinIT. They are still there to come and help you all. That is the meaning of what a community is. If Vanessa did not have that community spirit, if she had not believed in the vision of JoinIT, after paying $3,000 and taking her training and now making her 6 figures, she'll be like, Masa, no one worry my skin. But we all have that passion to build an IT community. That is why we are here. Okay, yeah, you'll get information about the starting date. Alan will put together that information. So what I will do now is send you this link in the chart. I'll send this link. Let me do this. September 2. So I'm sending this in the chat. So from here, you all can click. So we'll take a 5 minutes break. right? We'll take this should take you just 10 minutes. You don't need to answer it as if you're trying to get 100. It's just to capture information. So take a 10 minutes while I pause the recording, then you do that assignment, right? It's just a placement test. Alan, if you can send this also in the chat, just a message. Anyone who did not do it, yes. Okay, so while we are doing this, I would like to bring up, Alan, send that in the chat. I would like to bring up one of our clients here, Papa P.
J.
Oh, Papa J. So Papa J, we are happy to have you here today. You know, I would just give you the floor open. You know, you are here, you've understood a lot of things, you've been to Africa, you have heard us talk, you have worked with JoinIT Solutions. So we would like to just give you the floor, you know, to tell us something.
Thank you, Mr. Brian. This is Papa J from Phoenix, Arizona. And yes, I did visit Cameroon, Africa, maybe 6 years ago, and I stayed with Alen's parents and came to love the Cameroonian people. And based on all the beautiful faces, I'm sure all Africans, no matter where you're from, are very similar in nature. So it gives me great hope that even if you're not in the US, that JoinIT is giving you an opportunity of a lifetime. And in my chat, whoops, what happened there?
You're just on Spotlight for P, so we can
see.
Okay.
Okay. So to be honest, when I first heard Alen, when he came to the US, that he was going to try something like this, I was very skeptical because of all the things that I've heard of through my 40 years here about training that you can, for 3,000 or 500, you can make millions or 100,000, and then they don't pan out or they don't really produce and people are just getting taken advantage of. So I was very skeptical, but knowing Alen, and we had a great relationship and we talked about it and I said, well, go for it. I mean, the worst you can do is you'll lose 3,000. That's not that bad as losing like 100,000. And so I was surprised and excited and happy when he finished. And he actually took the training while we were together on a trip to Montana visiting Yellowstone Park. So it's flexible too, as long as you're dedicated, as Mr. Brian says, you have to do the work. And so it's just amazing that somebody with no IT experience can, after 6 months, make 6 figures. It's mind-boggling to me still today, to be honest, but it's real. So that's the beautiful thing, because I trust Alen 100%. And I've seen the house he's bought. So I know it's just not smoke and mirrors, and that he's saying something and it's actually he never got a job. He actually has a job, he has a house, and he's doing great things and he's giving back to the community. And that's why I'm so excited, because I'm all about giving back to the community, which is where JoinIT helped me in my new venture. I've been in sales and finance for 40 years, and I decided I wanted to help others, maybe less fortunate, like maybe people from Cameroon trying to start a new career. And so I started a new company called B100 Daily. So you'll see that on my cap. If you want to see the great work that they've done rather than me talk about it, just go to b100daily.com, and you'll be able to see the website that we are going to be launching in October. That's live right now, but we're working out maybe some of the small details. But overall, this is what JoinIT did on the website development as well. And just wanted to say, if you have any inkling of doing this, go for it. It will change your life. And hopefully with B100 Daily and JoinIT together, we can start changing generational prosperity forever. That's what I'm trying to do, is how do we take you guys that are going to be making 6 figures and passing it down to your kids and your grandkids, not just losing it like many people do in the world, and even wealthy people. It doesn't get passed on, and then everybody's got to start over and dig in from the bottom, versus let's bring everybody up. And that's what I want to do. So that's why I'm excited to work with JoinIT as well as they grow, that maybe we can work together on how you create this prosperity with your six-figure job. So thank you for your time.
Wow. Thank you so much, Papa P. Oh, I keep calling you Papa P.
Papa J for Jeffers.
Papa J. Thank you so much for that. Those words of encouragement. At least I'm very happy that you're part of our community. As we mentioned, it's a community spirit. We're seeing how we can support each other, and we actually share the same vision with you, giving back to the community and helping those who are trying to get started. So we definitely have a very good working relationship. We want to tell you today, feel free to reach out to us, advise us. You have the knowledge on ground. You already know a lot of our activities. Reach out to Alan, talk to us, and time to time, we'll bring you in to talk to our trainees, those who are already working on how they can better themselves in the US, right? So you are not just talking like someone who is based here, you're talking as someone who's been around the world. So you have a very broad knowledge that will like to really benefit from that. So again, thank you so much. You all can click on the website. He has just shared that, b100daily.com. That is a website that is designed and developed by the projects team at JoinIT. And Papa P is one of our Papa J is one of our very happy clients. So Papa J, thank you. And again, thanks for being with us.
I want to say in Brian's defense, Papa P is a very common thing in Cameroon. That's why it keeps coming to you.
Yeah, and I see the Papa there. So when you talk of Papa P, that P is actually coming from that Papa.
No worries. Thank you for letting me join you. And I have a few people on the call that hopefully they'll be as excited as I am and maybe take you up on your offer. So thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Papa J.
Papa J, thank you.
I see that there are two people with their hands up. That tells me that they probably have a question. So I'll start with Tutela. Tutela, can you go ahead, unmute yourself and tell me what your question is? Everybody else, please go and fill up the placement test. We need that to be able to place you into the training. So if you have any issues, if you have questions, drop it on the chat, let me know. Tutela, please unmute yourself and ask your question.
Please, my biggest question is, can I get your number?
Sure, sure. I will be dropping that on the chat.
Hi.
Yeah.
Hi, Tutela.
My name is Tutela. So my question is, I joined you guys today a little bit later. And according to your schedule, I can see that for me, it will not work properly because during the day, I'm here in US. So during the day I work and in my job, so I cannot use the computer, either phone. My question is, are you guys really possible to record the training, and can I have like the credential to watch the training later?
Good question. Brian, please, do you want to take that?
Yeah, let me take it. So that's a very good question, right? So first you said at your job, you cannot use a computer during the day. Is that correct?
Yes, correct.
So the training actually starts from 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. That is in the evening, right? So it affects those that are working night shift. Now, the second question is, do we record? All our classes are recorded. As long as you're a student, you have permission to watch the class videos, after every class. If we finish a class at 11 p.m. midnight, the next day in the morning by 8 a.m., that class video is uploaded and you can watch and follow that up. You have mentors in your group. If you watch a video and you are not able to understand something, you immediately call or reach out to a mentor. They are there to help you on a one-on-one basis. You have groups. If you are missing something, you meet up with your groups. So classes are Mondays and Wednesdays. So before we even go to the next week, that is why we have a revision class, which is either going to be on Friday or Saturday. We shall communicate this with you, right? That revision class is to make sure that we go over everything that was taught during the week, that is Monday and Wednesday, and make you get an understanding before you transition into the new week. Okay, I believe that is what you're trying to look at, right, Tutela?
Just let's see if I make myself clear. Did you say the scheduled time will be from 8 p.m. is USA time?
US has multiple time zones, right? You have Eastern, which like now,
yeah.
Right? The time now is 12:46 CST. Yep. If you're in Eastern time, it is 1:46. So just do yourself a favor and convert that to your local time zone. That is the first test that you all have to do, right? Convert that and you know the time. The classes are in PM, right? So 8 PM, your time, what is it gonna be? What time is it where you are now?
I'm in US, it's 1:46.
No, so when you talk of US, no, that is, let's just try to put it straight. US have various states and they have various time zones. Look on your computer, what time is it where you are now?
Because I'm saying it's 1:47 now.
So you are in Eastern. My time now is 12:47. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So it means that for you, classes are going to be at 9 PM to 12 PM on Mondays and Wednesdays.
Got you.
Perfect. And if anyone is confused about the time, the first thing that you do is do yourself a favor, try to understand what time zone you are in, right? For everybody, what time zone are you in right now? Just go online and Google it. If you're in Cameroon, Google what is the time zone that Cameroon is. Then if we have said that classes are 8 PM CST, go online and type 8 PM CST to Cameroon time and see what it's going to give you. So we teach you hands-on, we make you do the work. Okay. Paulo, you're muted.
Yeah, hi. I would suggest for the revision time to be on Saturdays because I believe most of the people work during the week and they have weekends off. So that would be the right day for people to kind of have the recovery or the revision days because they're mostly off on Saturdays.
Good. No, that's fine. It's not an option. We'll work on that and see what it takes. So don't bother. Right, we'll let you all know. But the good thing is you need to be able to attend classes Monday and Wednesday. Do everything possible or watch the video. Yes, Boga, you have a question? So we are looking, if you have not taken the placement test.
Hello, Brian.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Go ahead.
So yeah, I saw you during this presentation still about the time for the Eastern for your presentation. I saw it was something like 12 for the Eastern, but now you told to tell a few seconds ago that it's going to be 9 PM. So I'm kind of confused. So it's going to be 9 PM instead of 12 PM, right?
Oh, so let me ask you, what is the class, when we say class are on Mondays from 8 PM to 11 PM? Central time.
Eastern time.
Central time. Central time. So in
Central
Eastern time.
Hold on. Yeah.
So let me give you what time zone are you in? Just
PM,
hold on.
right?
Hold on. Let me give you what time zone are you in?
Now it's 1:50 Eastern.
So you're in Eastern time.
Yes.
So that means your classes are going to be from 9 to 12. The convention is simple. Wherever you are in the US, just go online and type in 8 PM CST time to your local time zone. It's going to tell you.
Okay. Wow. This is okay. Good thing that you guys are going to be recording every single classes, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Every
because
class is
for
recorded.
most of us that work overnight shift is going to be quite difficult to be attending the classes. But I think it's going to be great because you guys can always record the classes and
you have a lot of
watch
help,
them.
right? If you miss a class, like I've mentioned, we have instructor assistants, we have mentors. All you need to do is dedicate the time to watch the video and ask questions. That is all.
Okay. Is there going to be, are we going to be using the same link we're using now for the orientation?
So every class, when we start, before any class, we'll send you what Zoom link you're going to be using, right? We have multiple instructors. So each instructor will be sending you a Zoom link, but classes are going to be over Zoom.
No, perfect. Thank you.
All right. Okay, why? Please take the assessment. We need that in order to capture information. If you don't take the assessment, there is no way we're going to get your information to build up the class register. How many people are still taking? So far, only 19 people have submitted. And we are here over 80 something. Is
Mr.
anyone still
Boyan,
working?
I've taken the class already. I've taken the test already.
Okay, is there anyone that is still taking or who is not going to take the test? This is the only way we can get your information to add you in the group, right? We need that email address.
I'm taking it right now on it.
We need everything. All right, while you all are getting that,
The question
let
is
me bring in somebody. Do we have Joel? Is Joel there?
Yes, Prof, I'm here.
Okay, Joel, if you can just tell us a word.
Hi, everyone. Thank you, Mr. Brian, for giving me the opportunity to be here today. So I'm very excited, and I know I had reached out to you earlier to request that I wanted to talk. It's just to share a little bit about my experience from when I joined IT and or joined JoinIT and where I am today. So initially, before I joined, I had enrolled in other IT programs and paid huge sums of money with the hope of getting the knowledge I need and also getting a job and changing my my future. But in the end, it was all frustrating because I lost the money. So I had given up on IT. And then I heard from a sister of mine who said, maybe I should try JoinIT and see how it goes. So I reached out to Brian and explained my worries to him. He said, just join. It costs nothing. So just join. And if you don't like it, you can leave. So I had to take that last chance, paid the money, and started the program. And I think it was like 3-4 months into the program, I had my first offer. Where I worked with Infotech and continued the training. And after the graduation, I kept interviewing for other positions. And right now I work with Intel as a debug engineer. So which is kind of different from what I did as a database administrator. But I will tell you guys that JoinIT is actually a community that gives you the keys to open the IT world. What they do, they have 2 trainings. The first training is teaching about database administration, and then the second phase, it's actually teaching about high availability, and then they also teach you about Active Directory, which is technically, to me, teaching about Active Directory is not a part of database administration, but they take that time to teach you, and that is what gave me the opportunity, the position that I'm in right now. JoinIT actually goes a long way to teach you about computer systems, how they function, and then relate it to a database world. So that's the knowledge I used and took interview for positions and finally landed myself in Intel. And trust me, it's paying off. It's, giving me a life-changing experience, and I'm so excited for that. So I just want to encourage you guys out there that being a part of JoinIT, you are exposed to a lot of opportunities. You can still work as a database admin. You can take job interviews for system administrator. You can take interviews for networking, because JoinIT actually touch all those areas. And with that, you will never have a place to, you never lack a place to, feed yourself in when it comes to the IT world. So that's just what I have.
Wow, you see, that is nice. you hear a lot of these, you hear a lot of people talk about JoinIT and all of that. And that is not coming here to make you all feel like, you know, we are trying to push you to do this. You need to have that zeal. Hearing from people like this, you should be encouraged to do it, right? These people come and talk, they are working, you know, evidence of them working. I am one of them. Alan is one, Vanessa. So we have trained just this year, starting from January to today. If you are following my status, we have over 20 DBAs from January to today. People that came in with no knowledge and they are working. And this is the truth. When you start this orientation, you're about 90 of you here, right? 20 might end up saying that, Masa, I cannot do it. Then 70 will start the class on September 12th. When they start on September 12th, after the first 2 weeks of training, you know, 15 will drop. 55 will be left in class. So when they go in 1 month, 2 months, 5 might drop. And you see that at the end of the day, out of you all, only about 40 will graduate. We can boast here that every class that we have graduated, we have a 75% success rate, meaning that if you go through this training, you stay consistent, you know, we now are at a 75% success rate. So all you need to do is to be there. All you need to do is to be there, right? Most of you will leave today, you will not come back, which is okay, but we have achieved one thing, passing on the information, which is why we're here. Okay, so
hey, Brian,
yes,
I got one more question for you, please.
Okay.
So when you guys are going to be uploading the classes, are you going to show us at the first day of class, I think the 12th, how we can access the videos, or how are you going to do it?
Definitely, you'll get all the information that you need. The first day of class, we're going to come sit in class, we introduce a topic, the basic things that you need, walk you about our classroom environment, because we are not just saying this, we have a classroom system that will show you, get your email addresses. Like what we do now, getting your information is for the email, to get your email addresses and give you access. Okay? Perfect. So all that information will come. And from now to the start date, if you're in the WhatsApp group, we shall be sharing you information, some little things that you can watch and pay attention to get yourself ready.
So is this going to be the only day of orientation before the classes, or are we going to have other days?
The first day of class is going to be more of orientation, talking just to those who have registered to join.
So once we finish today, we're going to meet on the 12th, right?
Exactly. Are you in the WhatsApp group?
I am.
Okay, so pay attention. Any information that comes there, read from there.
Okay, thank you.
So go, if you are still filling that form, please go ahead and do it. Looks like only, like I mentioned, so now only 39 of you have submitted, right? And you are, how many of you here? So if you cannot take on this first task, just rate yourself. This is free. Just go click on that link and fill that out, right? Just rate yourself. That is how we build. If you want to start the training, you need to take that assessment. Why doing that? A lot of people in Cameroon, they say, hey, we don't know what is our fate and all of that. I'll bring you one of our trainees in Cameroon. I'm not going to say anything. I'll give him the floor to say something. McDonald, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I'm just going to give you the floor. McDonald is one of our trainees. I'll use the word he is. I don't know if I use is or worse, right? But he was in Cameroon. So let me have you turn on your video if you can. Okay, so this is McDonald. So go ahead and tell us, you know, where you are today, how you started, anything that you want to say.
Well, thank you, Mr. Brian.
Sorry, McDonald. Ernest, you asked a question on the chat, and McDonald is about to answer that question. So please pay close attention. Go ahead, McDonald.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Profs. Greetings, guys. I should have joined you guys quite earlier. I just got here and I was trying to catch some rest. So I am of the C3 class. Again, like Mr. Brian said, my name is Ngo McDonald. I got into JoinIT in June last year, right from Cameroon. And if you are versed with that area, Bamboo specifically. So I want to say when I got into the training, I got into the training a lot of fears and a lot of questions, you know, back in Africa and Cameroon, how would this be possible? But again, I just said, well, it's better to be prepared and not have an opportunity than to have one and not be prepared. So I put in my best. I was studying, and by the grace of God, some 3 months back, you know, I kept on applying on LinkedIn and applying. So I think I got reached out by an American company based in Mauritius, Essential. So they got into an interview with me. I think we got into different phases of the interviews, and cut long story short, I got the job offer. And so they were willing to pay for the air ticket for myself and my entire family. I mean, they took care of all the expenses. I just got here barely some few hours ago. And I want to say that all this was possible thanks to, you know, JoinIT, thanks to the dedicated team that they have. And just to encourage you back in Africa, if you are out of Africa and in the US, I think that you don't need any motivation from me, because the success stories are just so overwhelming. And so if you're in Africa, I want to encourage you by telling that, hey, there is hope, trust me. And even back in Cameroon, there is hope, because I had a first offer, but I turned that down because of, you know, the location, and the pay was not really encouraging. And so let my story inspire you. Let my story encourage you by letting you know that, hey, if you have siblings back home, tell them that it is possible. When I got here just some few hours ago, I realized that I'm not the only one. Companies have been hiring many people from Africa. And surprising to me, I noticed that Cameroon seems to be one of the highest, right? So just to encourage you that just put in your best, and believe me, you too will make it. Thank you very much, and see you all home very soon. That's at JoinIT.
Okay.
Thank
you, McDonald. Thank you so much. We are super proud of you. You know, like you mentioned, there is hope. You have all the support that you need, and you will definitely succeed. This is not something that we are coming to play around. This is somebody who did the training in Cameroon. He was dedicated. He paid attention from a chemistry teacher, if I'm not mistaken. You know, despite the war in Cameroon, he was there. He did the training. After the training, he said he wants to keep his knowledge active by teaching others. You know, he taught others, prepare himself, and he was hired by one of the biggest companies in the US here, you know, with branch offices everywhere. And he was sponsored. He's currently talking from Mauritius Island. You know, so what else do you want to talk about JoinIT? It is a community with that sole aim of getting everyone started in IT. Okay, I think, Alan, if you don't have anything, you know, on my list again, I see we have, do we have Ryan here?
We do have a question, Prof. Paulo has raised his hand.
Yes,
Ryan,
Paulo.
please, as you prepare to talk. Paulo, you have a question for us.
Hi, my question is concerning the certification. Do you guys give the certificate, or we do the certification through the Microsoft?
Good question. So yes, certificates are given through Microsoft, right? When we are training you, we tell you what available certifications are at that point. Then you prepare you, give you material to write. One thing you should also note is that IT is not like nursing, where you need to write the board, get the license before you practice. With IT, when you go for an IT interview, they ask you about your experience. What can you do? What have you done? You know, once you are able to defend that and make the person interviewing you understand that you can do this, they hire you, right? When you have a certification, it adds more weight to your resume, which is good. So don't feel like if you come in, you must get a certification to get a job, like someone who finished nursing and need to write the board. No, once we are preparing you, when you get into IT, we tell you the kind of work that we do. Each month that you spend at JoinIT is going to be equivalent to 1 year of hands-on experience, and we don't fake it. After 1 month, the things that you'll be able to do are the things that we have been doing at work, the things that we do at work. So the hands-on experience, it is different from any traditional school where you just go read to write a test and pass. Here it is hands-on. So when you're talking about SQL Server installation, you have actually installed it. I've actually discussed with you that this is what I had at work today when I was installing SQL. This is how I resolved it, and you are able to do it, right? So when you go to an interview now, you can defend yourself. So that is why a lot of our trainees get jobs, because you're being taught by DBAs. Every day we go to work, we come back and when we're in class, say, hey, this is what I had at work today. Try it on your computer, right? So you're covered in that, Paulo. Do we have Ryan?
Yes, Ryan is here.
Okay, so I'm going to give Ryan the floor. Ryan is also one of our students. He's in Canada. He did his training. He's now working as a database administrator in Canada, right? So he's one of our ambassadors there in Canada. Let him have the floor to say something.
All right. Thank you, Prof. Brian, for this opportunity. Thank you. I want to welcome everyone here at JoinIT. JoinIT Solutions is a place to be. Everyone has spoken. You've heard a lot of testimonies around. I'm just here just to encourage you, just to give one word again. It's just for you to know that this is a set of dedicated professionals that you are opportune to meet. So just take this opportunity, put in all the necessary commitments you have to put in, and I'm telling you at the end, you're going to have a success. Talking about myself, last year, about 10 months ago, I didn't really know what I wanted for myself. I had a lot going on. I was getting to a lot of things. So I met my friend, and he encouraged me about IT and spoke about JoinIT Solutions. And I called Mr. Brian and we spoke. And from the first moment I spoke with him, I just had this conviction within me that I have to go for this. The way he spoke to me like a brother, like someone who really wanted to support, that was what convinced me. And I got started. I started just like all of you here. I started my orientation class, and I listened and I said, all right, I'll give a try for this. And I started in October. Classes were going on smoothly. We're just focusing on going. And I realized that you have a lot of people by you. We have instructors, like they said. You have mentors that even when after your classes, you come here as a group, you study again, you have mentors that will guide you and follow up to make sure that what you are being taught, you're able to understand, and you move on with classes. JoinIT Solutions is not like the traditional system of education where you go to school and you go and study and you expect to write exams. And that's not, it's actually a practical experience that gives you the hands-on experience that once you follow up with the team, once you follow up with your program, at the end, you will realize that you know what you're doing, right? It's funny because from where I'm coming from and where I am right now, it's kind of a great change in my life. It's a great step in my life. I'm working for one of the biggest companies in Canada, and I just want to encourage anyone who is in Canada here, try to get my contact, communicate with me. There are a lot of opportunities here in Canada. So just start with these people, just start with them. You realize that you have everything, right? There's everything, just be focused. I am still in the interview prep class and I'm still learning, right? So there's a lot of things, Forget about the expenses you're gonna put in place right now. It's for a good cause, believe me. 2 weeks, after my 2 weeks salary, I was able to take off all my expenses from JoinIT. So, I don't know what much we have to say again, but please just be encouraged. Just focus, get started. That is just the word, get started. There is everything structured, put aside, right? It's just you, your own dedication, your own commitment, and you realize that you get it at the end. We are here for you guys. I'm always around. Everyone is here, and we believe that everybody will make it. And I can't wait for you guys to also give testimonies like us, right? So I just want to encourage everyone again that you're in the right place, you're in the right time, you are lucky, and we are here for you, and you will succeed. All right, thank you.
Outstanding. Guys, when you see all these young people, most of them are younger people. I'm the oldest among all of them. We see all of them coming to talk to you now with making money. Look at how Ryan is talking, you know, smiling and probably walking, you know, in the comfort of his home. Then it's amazing. You know, we get joy when someone gets a job. Vanessa will smile because she knows that she has contributed towards that person's success. So we are not here to push you to come and spend money. We are here to help you. You are not helping us. You are. The way in which we get help from you is when you are done with your training, then you are there to mentor others, right? So that is just what we want from you all. Your passion, your dedication is all we need. I know we have a couple of people here who have not said anything. We are 10 or 11 minutes ahead of our scheduled time. Some of you still working on the placement test. I know I had a couple of people here. Let me see. Do we have Fidel? Fidel is in Belgium. So we have trainees all over the world, guys. You have heard Cameroon, Canada, we have UK, we have, you know, a lot of places, right? There are a lot of people from Angola. I don't think I invited any here, but your first day of class, which is going to be September 12th, you'll get all of these people come to talk. Ehi, is Ehi there? He's not there from Cameroon. So yeah, we're still working on the placement test.
Mr. Boyan, I have a quick question.
Yes, Henry.
Please, I was trying to find out. So you said class begin on the 12th of September. So when do we have to pay the $750 for
the first 2 weeks of class is free, right? The first 2 weeks of class is absolutely free. So from the 12th to, so you'll be paying your first payment at the end of September.
Okay, thank you very much for that, Mr. Boyan.
Yeah, so there is nothing that you're coming to lose, and we don't run after you that you finish first 2 weeks and you run away. No, we want to help you. We want to help you build that foundation. If after the first 2 weeks you cannot do it, that is fine. We want to encourage you to at least come and attend the first 2 weeks to learn so you can better yourself and know what route you want to take in IT.
Okay, thank you very much for that. Another quick question. Is it possible to pay in advance before the 12th?
Yes, of course. You know, we'd want to put that on you. Like I've mentioned here, our focus is not money. If we are really looking at money, we'll say that this class that I've had today, you need to pay to attend. We'll say the first day of class, you want to pay to attend. If you have already made up your mind to enroll in this training and you're fine, you can just reach out, post in the group. You know, those who want to make payment, that information will be there. But we are not running after that for now, okay?
Yes, Mr. Boyan. Thank you very much.
All right. So if you feel like you want to make it, you can reach out to me or reach out to any of our team members. They will guide you on how to do that.
Thank you.
Right. Claire, how do you feel? Let me hear from those who are here now. So in the next 6 minutes, we'll be rounding up. Let me hear from Claire. Claire, want to say a word?
Myself. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Claire. And I just want to say a little bit of experience I have just right now with the test as a question, which shows that I'm completely blank in the whole thing. And it makes me happy because I used to go to the computer and I tried to like do one or two things, but I've never come across those words that I saw in the placement test we just have right now. So it's kind of been interesting already, even though I have not gone into the classes yet, but I'm kind of seeing a little bit of fun in the whole thing because just the fact that you had to go into the placement test, you already put yourself somewhere that you've never been there and to see if you can go through it or not. So I am just so happy, and I wish I could tell my other colleagues that are still confused in IT stuff like I was, because I've been so confused in this IT thing. I've been like, I want to do IT, I don't want to do that. And I'm always like pushing my back, like one of the teachers said that you pushed your back. I have been that person that I've always like, I can't do it. I just can't do it. So just from the talk in this orientation class, I think I can do it. I can do it. And I believe we all can do it. We just have to give ourselves a try and see what becomes of it in the next 6 months. And I want to thank everybody who has gone through the IT and trying to encourage us, especially the two ladies. I think Eleanor said something that was so encouraging. I find myself in Eleanor when I find myself in her. So if she said, if she can do it, I can do it. Because from the test already, it shows who I am and I can do it. It might be challenging, but I can do it. It's just fortunate that you have to go through the test and then your result come out and you see your performance and you see those little things that you think you know and you don't know them. By the time you see the result coming back and you realize that, hey, excuse me, so I thought this thing was like this and it's not like this. So I want to thank Bryant because he is one of you, the one that encouraged me to even be here. And I think I'm going to prove so many people who think I can't do IT, especially my colleagues, when I said that, you know what I mean. I can't really expose so many things right here. And trust me, if I finish this course, a lot of people are going to do this. A lot of people are going to do it because they're like, hey, Claire, you did it and you completely have a job, then I can do it. Because I'm that kind of person that I'm not really fast in taking decisions. And if I could stand and take decisions on doing this IT thing, trust me, a lot of people are going to be here. So Brian, thank you. And I thank the crew. And I want to belong. It might be a little bit difficult. People will just take who I am, how maybe like I'm like a kindergarten now in the IT sector. That's who I am right now. So I think with the position that I am in the next, let's say 2-3 months or 4 months, I will achieve a lot of things because your words are so encouraging. All of your words, all of you that are in the IT sector already, your words are so encouraging. And I am happy that you did it. You're doing this in Cameroon. If I knew, I had about 3 or 4 people that I have talked to them doing IT, but I didn't know you could go further to Cameroon. So when I'm through and I start making the money, trust me, I think I'm going to put a lot of Cameroonians. That's the only way I think we can help them. I think I'll even pay for them to come and do the IT stuff because this is where the money belongs. But when I hear people talking about 6 figure, trust me, it's like I should just do it overnight because you know money is everything. So Brian and the crew, I am just so happy to be part and parcel of this orientation. And I pray that I walk through the 6 months and make myself happy and smile again.
Wow, that is
Thank you.
outstanding. If you can see on the chart, Papa J said, Claire, you have the most important asset, which is your enthusiasm. I want you on my team. This could be an opportunity for you. By just talking, this could be an opportunity for you.
Okay.
So definitely, we're gonna link you up with Papa J. Alan, take note of that. We'll try to link you up, you know, and you see, he's starting a company. This could be an opportunity for you, right? And this is how it goes. So Papa J, thank you for still being around. So
okay. Thank you so much, Brian. My goes to you. And I owe you one by giving you the certificate in 6 months.
That is all I ask for. Vanessa will tell you when someone gets a job, I actually have to go leave work and go to the store, buy a bottle of water and come and drink.
Okay, then I'll talk to Papa J. It's unfortunate I don't know Papa J. So
no, Alan is gonna create that relationship. He's gonna talk. I have your number. I'm gonna share that, and then we're gonna talk. Right? We're gonna talk, and then we'll connect. We'll link you up together. For the meantime, go online and check Papa J, the new business that he's launching. The company is launching, which is b100daily.com. Just read. So when you get connected, at least you should be. You should have an idea. So Alan just share the number in the chat. Reach out to Alan on that number, then he will build that connection for you.
Okay, and there's one other person I wanted to talk about, James. James too talked to me a little bit about IT when I was in Minnesota, in Texas.
Arizona.
I don't know whether he's the one. I don't know whether it's the James I'm talking about, but I think I spoke with James in Texas. I don't know if he's the one.
Yes.
Oh, nice to see you again, James. It's my pleasure.
Same here.
Yeah, so I'm so happy you're there. At least I have some familiar faces that is I kind of like feel in the present already. So nice to see you again, James.
Yeah,
and
let's move forward. James will have the floor to talk. I think Edwin is asking for Ryan's number. So yeah, Ryan, you can share your number there. Nuella has her hand up. Nuella, you want to say something?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
Oh, hi everyone. Sorry where I am. I couldn't really put on my video. So I was really eager to appreciate because the orientation is kind of mind-blowing for those who have been in the field and for those who haven't yet been on the field, those who are really new. I mean, it's really encouraging for someone maybe taking from level 0 in the IT field. This was it's really encouraging for me because many people have spoken, maybe instructors and others that have spoken, and it's really encouraging because somebody spoke like he did all the IT courses and he was giving up. And I was like, I'm keen with that person because I have done others and I was almost giving up. But I like the fact that Brian said they don't only take you through the course and leave you somewhere. They take you even in a job field, you are still part of the community. That is to say, if you have a job, you need to come back and give to others, which is, I mean, it's really encouraging. I remember when I was looking for specifically database administration course, and I couldn't find one. I couldn't find one. I didn't want to go far. I have one, but it's Maryland, but I didn't want to take it in Maryland. So I just want to say I was fortunate to be part of this community. I am fortunate to be part of this community because I was convinced to do something else, AWS, data analyst, and I was almost going, but I wasn't convinced because what I wanted to go in for was database administration. And when I finally when I was talking to people about it and someone gave me Alain's number and I gave him, I contacted him and he spoke with me and I knew this was a place to belong. And I've been seeing all what is going on in the group, in the WhatsApp group. And when you see people maybe actually achieving, because one thing is actually having the training, having hands-on and getting the job. That is where it gets excited. Then you actually going through the training and at the end, you sit back and you're nothing, you just from where you started. So just for the fact that you go and the end, people have result is exciting. And I think this is where many of us are going to make it out. If we have failed before, we are not going to fail because I've heard people testifying. People have testified here, like they gave up and this is where they came and made it. And I think this is where I'm going to make it till the end, not giving up anymore. So I just want to appreciate all of you for the encouraging words. I just want to appreciate you for your effort to see that let me put it that way, we build the community larger and larger. Thank you so much.
Wow, Nella, that is really good. You know, I'm happy with your level of confidence and willingness to continue. You are in the right place, right? Zifferino.
Yes.
And then James will come in and Alan will close us for today. Yes, go ahead.
I'm so glad for this class. So I have a question. Next week, not have orientation or have something.
Say that again.
Next week, not have orientation or not have something for class.
You mean like internship?
Yes.
Yeah, definitely. You know, like now we have trainees or those who are already working as DBAs all over the US. So when you finish our training, one of the reasons we need you to give us your information is because we can match you with someone in your local area where you can go shadow them to see what they do. So that is the kind of internship that we offer.
Okay, thank you.
Perfect. Okay, Alan, I think Papa Jack's a question. I feel like a minority on this call. Do Cameroonians and people of Africa have, I'm missing that, have a better chance for success as a DBA than white guys from the US? No, that's not the case, Papa J. You know, now there are a lot of already I'm gonna call it white guys, you know, and Indians that are in the IT field, right? We actually Africans now are coming as a minority. The mentality that those who came ahead of us made us to understand is that they don't give IT jobs or these white collar jobs to us that are coming from Africa and all of that, right? So now majority in the IT field are Indians. We are just trying now to learn and bring in, you know, more Africans into the IT field, and that is what we're doing. I can tell you in my job now, we have more Indians, we have more white people than Africans in the IT field, right? And that is one of the things that we are doing now to help educate the African community, you know, the minority, you know, the people of color, that, hey, this is something that you can do. Papa J, did that answer the question? Is Papa J? Perfect. Okay. Thank you. All right. I see Muriel and Darlene. I'll give you all two. Go ahead. Just one minute, please.
Okay. Hi, everyone. So I'm pretty much new. Today's I've never had any IT experience. However, I've worked in healthcare over, I think, 15 plus years. Hello?
Yes, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry, I talk really low, so I was just
No, that's
making
fine.
sure.
That's actually loud. We can hear you very well.
Perfect. So like the question that Richard asked, and you were answering, that has always been something of a frustration for us Black people, because I lived in California, and majority of who you see in IT are mainly Indians. If there should be, you know, a minority group, it would be people like Asians. So coming into this program, I mean, when he told me about the program, I was pretty much kind of iffy about it. But just sitting in the orientation and seeing how much you went in depth, you know, with the whole orientation and explaining things that would come our way or something we learn in the process, actually took me back to Africa when I was in school. But it gives me a clear understanding. This is a program I would really love to be a part of and bring to my community. I think as I'm on this line, I'm seeing more people from Cameroon, and I'm from Liberia. And it's something that I don't think we are that familiar with it. And even when I told my little sister about it, she was iffy about it too. So, I mean, I'm glad I came to this Zoom meeting. Sorry, my 1 minute is up. But just want to say I appreciate the time being here and listening to you, and just listening to how much you explain and how in-depth and encouraging. I'm blessed to be on this meeting. And thank you, Richard, for inviting me.
Oh, wow. Wow. You see how information goes? I'll tell you, Darlene, you will do very great, right? Be that eye opener in your community, right? We have now a lot of Angolans in the training because someone came in from Angola, we trained that person, and that person went and educated their people. Some people might be, you know, skeptical about it until you get a job, but keep pushing out the information. If you can go to them and talk to them about this, send a video. I'm going to upload this video and share the link. Let them watch it. You know, you sharing that information is helping your community. And I can tell you, you will go places, you know, by just sharing and being part of the training. That was the same thing I did. You know, if I had my job and I just sat, or if I heard about this, I just sat and making my money, we'll not have the number of people that we have today. JoinIT is a community now of more than 300. We have more than 300 people in our IT community, you know. So thank you for that. Muriel, you'll be the last, and then James will talk, and Alan will close us up. So it's been 2 hours, 30 minutes, and we still have this number. You all don't want to go?
Good. Greetings to you all. I am Mireille. I have been, this is my second orientation on JoinIT. And I just want to say I was encouraged by my sister, Viviane Monkwo, to join this program. I want to thank you all for the encouragement, because I am really the level 0 type of person so long as IT is concerned. But she told me that's not an issue, it's a community, they will hold your hand, they will guide you, they will tell you how to help yourself. If you don't know how to help yourself, they always assign somebody to help you. I am really encouraged by what I'm hearing on this platform right now. So I just wanted to say thank you. And I just want to say I am committed in being a student at JoinIT, and I just want to hope that community spirit is going to guide me along. Thank you.
Wow. So tell us, what is Vivian doing today?
Vivian is working.
That is what I like, right? Vivian started this training. She had limitations because she's from the French background. You know, she was scared, but with her dedication, Vivian was the person that if she asks a question, you don't answer, she will follow up with another question. She will call you. She will even send stickers until we just make fun of her. You know, she graduated and today she's working as a DBA, and that has encouraged you, which we really appreciate that, right? Thank you for picking that up.
Thank you.
And you're also going to encourage others. So James will have a word, then Alan will round us up. We should call it a day. Cecile.
Yes, Brian.
How are you doing? You want to say something?
Good,
You're in Cameroon,
you.
right? At least let's hear from
yes,
someone
I'm in Cameroon now.
Yes, talk to us.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I cannot open my video because I'm on the way, actually.
Sure,
yes,
no worries.
Anyway, yes. Anyway, I'm Kian Boge. I'm a PhD holder. I just finished my PhD, so I got a job. I was studying in Turkey, so I just finished my PhD, and I'm in Cameroon now. So I just contacted Brian. He first of all told me about this program long ago, and I'm very stubborn, and he has been insisting, why don't you do this thing? Why don't you do this thing? I started it, then I stopped. But one day I keep checking his status and people are graduating, and I'm telling myself, why am I not doing this thing? What's wrong with me? People are just graduating carelessly and having jobs. I'm like, okay, maybe I should do it as a part-time, because even though I'm working and I'm considering getting into the IT field as well. So I decided that, okay, I texted him just yesterday. I'm like, Brian, are you still, when is the next session? Then luckily, he said there is an orientation today, so you will get more information about it. I was like, okay, that means everything is working in my favor. I'm right on time. So I'm like, okay, I'll try it. Now I have to be dedicated and I will do it. So I'm happy to be amongst you people. And this time around, I'm ready for it.
Wow, that is nice. Again, congratulations on your PhD. You know, Sisi is someone I've known her. We used to work back in Cameroon. She was actually an accountant in a credit union where I was working as an IT assistant. So her leaving Cameroon, going to study in India and Turkey, and now she's back working in Cameroon and getting into IT. That tells you that if someone with a PhD is looking at getting into IT again, you know, she has everything that I think she has a lot already. But if she's still looking at learning more, not just for the purpose of getting a job, but to better herself, then one more of you that you have just your advanced level and you have an opportunity like this, and you don't take advantage of it. So Cecile, you're going to encourage a lot of people. We are happy that you decided to join. Now, I still call you by the name we used to call you. That is fine, not the name you have here.
Thank you.
So congratulations, and we are looking forward to having you. So yeah, let's get James. He will round up. Just give a comment, closing, and Alan will go ahead and conclude. Then we'll continue our discussions in the WhatsApp chat. Make sure you have submitted your placement test. Yes, JT.
Hi, so this is to clear. I know you were worried about not having any ID experience. I can assure you we've had at least that I know 7 people that have graduated that did not even know how to use a mouse. So the 2 weeks orientation, they start you from zero, literally zero. When they ask you guys to take that placement is to make sure that you don't get bored. If you already have experience in IT, you don't get placed in the class where they start you from zero. Now, to clear, they'll start you from zero, teach you what a mouse is. It might sound boring, but no one is going to be left behind, no matter where your background is. So don't worry about it. They're going to get you from zero. And those people the 7 people that I know that have graduated from zero, they're making 120 up. So you're in the right place. That's the only comment I had.
Thank you so much, JT. So let me hand this over back to you, Alan. You're not going to hear from me again. Thank you. Thank you, Vanessa. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Papa J, for being with us today. Alan, I will hand this back over to you to go ahead and round up.
Sure. I want to first of all begin by telling each and every one of you that it's been absolutely amazing meeting you all, and we are looking forward to working with you in the next 6 months, and we're looking forward to having that DBA side of each and every one of you come out. Someone said something which I wanted to comment on. Somebody said that they thought maybe DBA or IT is only for maybe people for the Indian community. Yes, there are a lot of people from the Indian community in IT, but how did they get there? They started just like we did. We also have to change the status quo. We also have to make sure that there's a lot of people in the African community as well. At my company, there's 2 of us, there's 4 of us DBA. 1 person is from Cameroon, another person is from Ghana, another person is from Ethiopia, and another person is from Nigeria. That is it. That is what the community is doing. And we will continue to do that through the help of organizations like JoinIT. So I will see you all on the 12th, and please make sure that you take the placement test if you have not, and you all have a wonderful weekend. Thank you for coming out today.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you so much, and have a blessed weekend.